Am I really though? Am I really live? I'm doubting, I'm questioning. Okay, trying this one more time, you guys. Hi, Nicole. Can you hear me? I have been chasing around the internet. Okay, you can. Oh my goodness, you guys. It's almost like this bad game every freaking week with the guys. I can't get this stinking YouTube thing to stream live until like third time is a charm. So here I tell you guys to hit the bell button and chase me around the internet until we find each other. All right. Thank you for finding me. I'm so sorry. We are going to use the shaman's dream today. I'm Leanne Holitza. I am your oracle card reader for the week, and we're going to get you a forecast. If you type me, please, in the comments. I already did a reading for the week, but I guess it was just for me because none of you heard it. So we'll just do it all over again. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Okay, so this is our collective, and then we'll build on this reading with me pleases. Okay, we'll do the collective reading for the week, then we will do 1, 2, 3, and that will be your first card reading for yourself. Okay. Oh, well, honesty upside down. Okay, so this card basically is saying it's time to get real with us, ourselves, about what we believe, how we're thinking, what we're doing to our day-to-day energies. Okay, this card is basically saying that you want to be honest with yourself about what you are holding back and believing. I do have a belief club that's starting in November if you need a little help. All right, this is your helper card. Okay, the choices have already been made. So now sit with the choices, be with the choices in love. Okay, there is a no going back at this point. You've decided, you've moved into the space that you're in. So now sit with it and notice what is happening next. Okay, by the end of the week, clarity isn't necessarily coming fully, but it's starting to work itself out. Now, for me, you guys, the cards with the triangles oftentimes have a lot to do with relationships, yourself, someone else, and the things you're building with each other. This card is basically saying be clear with what you are contributing to your relationships. Okay. All right. That is our first part. Now let's do 1, 2, 3. All right. 1, 2, 3. Feel in. Okay. One, if you're working with one, you're working with the joyful muse. You're going to go get some inspiration. You're going to go get some energy around playfulness and doing things just to do things, just because. If you pick 2, you got overwhelm and plenty. Okay, so it's going to feel overwhelming sometimes when everything that you've been trying to create comes to fruition, and then you actually have to show up for it. This card is basically saying, but that also means that you have plenty of energy to do it if you just do it in a sustainable way. If you picked 3, you're working on the whale song and resonating. So I would work on humming, singing, chanting, going to, programming your water, listening to the whales, whatever that means to you. Okay. All right. That's your first 1, 2, 3s. Now here's the deal. You guys hang out with me till the end. Hopefully we'll be able to get some messages that will come 1, 2, 3. So it'll be coming over and over. That means it's for all of us. Okay. I already have some ideas based on doing readings to the void for a few minutes. All right, I'm going to start with the top of this list. Nicole, you're at the top. You've got the unmarked trail and revelation. Okay, so this is basically saying go your own way. There isn't a map, and in fact, if you try to use somebody else's map, you're just going to go where they've already been. Okay, so just give yourself a chance to just go into the uncharted territories. Do it your way. Okay, Diane S. You got the falling angels and spiritual narcolepsy. So what have you really bought into? This world can be very illusion based. I mean, we can just get super sucked into all of the drama that's going on right now. And it doesn't necessarily mean you're seeing the drama that is true. So this card is basically just saying, get back to your spiritual practices, see where you've fallen asleep, and wake yourself up, maybe with those belief systems that want to come through. Okay, Crystal and family. Okay, Crystal, you bring overwhelm and plenty. So you have brought this into yourself, and because everything you've brought on is coming to fruition the way you asked for it to come, and it feels overwhelming. That's the way it goes sometimes, right? All right, Chris. Oh, I shuffled. Now this is the third time's a charm, you guys, because this is the third time we've seen this card. Chris is also in overwhelm and plenty. All right, so let's go ahead and pull the book up and just see what Colette Bear Reed says about this, okay? Because it's, to me, this is like, oh, I've asked for everything, and but it all came at once, okay? So many good things are headed your way and are already occurring in your life right now, yet you may be thinking that they are not possible or you're not worthy of them. Abundance is everyone's natural state before we project our restrictions on it, defining what it means, who has it, who gets it, and so forth. Right now, take yourself out of the conditioning and look at your life through the eyes of plenty. Okay, there's more there, but that's what we just got for all of us, okay? So look through the eyes of plenty. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed, and that's okay. Okay. Genevieve, you're going to work with the will o' the wisps, which is treasure hidden in the shadows, paying attention to what you can only see in the dark. Stars, glowing things, that kind of stuff. Just really paying attention to the stuff that we don't always look at. Isabel, you're going to work with in the hand. The universe is your partner. So you already have all the help you need. Just let the universe get you going there. All right, Aaron T, good morning. Didn't quite get the morning part out or the me please, but I'm guessing that you want to card, so let's do it. Oh, I see later it gets corrected here. You got the horseman. Okay, so heralds of change. Big change is coming. Let it come in. You've asked for it. Now you go back to that overwhelm and plenty card. You wanted it, and now it's all coming. So just let it come. Okay, bring it in. Sing the praises of change. Hannah, you're going to work with stranger. So curiosity, okay? So when you're in curiosity mode, you're in learning and receptivity mode. So staying curious so you can hear the universe give you your next guidance and let you see what's going on next. It's going to be strange because it's new. And then sometimes new is scary, but also fun. Okay, Elizabeth, you're in the deep quiet, okay? So time for some meditation and stillness. So a little bit of time by yourself if you can. I know it's not easy always to get time by ourselves, but even just finding a space where we can get still within ourselves. Maybe it's in the shower, maybe it's in the bathroom, whatever, but just taking some time to get into a deep, quiet, still space, okay? All right, Kalina. Oh, Robin Smith, I skipped over you. I'll just come back. Okay. Will of the Wisp for you, Kalina. So treasures hidden in the shadows. So just like Genevieve heard, go ahead, spend some time looking at the darkness. Go ahead, spend some time looking at your at what you don't normally look at, because it would be a good time to do that. Okay. Robin, Austin, and Chris. Robin, you got the wailing tree this week. Okay. Reconciliations. This is time for you to feel your hurts and to make amends to where you maybe accidentally hurt. With that honesty card coming upside down, it's like, what did your belief systems make you do that actually really kind of injured your system? That this would be a week to look into that. Austin, you're working with a winter's dream. It's a gestation period for you, meaning the seeds have been planted. Now move slowly this week, because you can't, if you move too fast, whatever you've planted might get ripped up before it's ready. Okay, so just know that it's time to wait. Chris, you're working with the joyful muse energy. So inspiration, play for the sake of playing. Just be in the place of fun. Okay. Denise S., you got the fortune's wheel, luck and right timing. Okay. So really give yourself a chance to just say, I accept it. I want that. It's mine to have. And as I say yes to it, I don't have to explain why I get it. I just get to have it. Okay. So whatever that means for you this week, just say yes to good fortune. Burnout proof leaders, you're in a crossing. Okay, so time for some initiation energy. More about initiating integration and going inward to do that. So whatever inside of you would like to be integrated more fully, that's what your guides are saying is this week's for. Okay, so we can intellectualize things all day long, but this is more like taking it into your heart, taking it into your gut, getting it done. Okay. Sam and Fareed. Sam, you've got magician's sword. So it's confidence in your magic this week. Okay. So this is confidence in your mind, confidence in your ideas. Really own it this week. Okay. And sometimes we're ahead of our time, by the way. Your guides are just saying that. I get that too. Like my ideas are really great, but they're really for like 10 years from now. So if you want to just put yourself in alignment with whatever feels good to move forward for the sake of you moving forward, don't expect the world to keep up, I guess. Fareed, you're straddling worlds this week. You're wandering between realms. That can feel kind of uncomfortable, but the in between space is like the cocoon phase, which I know we all are really kind of feeling. We're like in the goo because we're not yet butterflies, but we're not caterpillars anymore either. We're not just blindly consuming. We are sitting in a space of change. So know that you're in between those change right now. Heidi, you're working with sacred contracts. Okay. So these are things that where we've agreed to learn them in this lifetime. And it's time for you to go ahead and just say to yourself, I'm willing to learn. I must have brought this to myself. I'm curious as to how these people, especially the ones that are like crunchy, those oftentimes are soul contracts trying to teach us something. Okay, Max, you are in the hollow bones phase. So this week you're going to be asked to be very teachable. Okay, so let yourself kind of be in a space where you don't necessarily have all the answers, and that's okay. Learning and receptivity this week. Christy, Kira, and Finn. Christy, you've also got the contracts going on, so pay attention to them. Sit down, maybe acknowledge which ones are done, and maybe you keep trying to go back to, and they really are done. That would be something to do this week for you. Kira, you are wanting to work with Feasts of Plenty. Choices and their consequences. Okay, so when you've got some good choices going on, that's awesome, and you've got consequences of the choices that you can reap as the positive, and also on the flip side, if you're making difficult choices, you'll get those consequences. So just paying attention to that this week a little bit more fully. Finn, you've also got Feast of Plenty. You two are got the same thing going on. So this is also observing other people. So see the two swords, other people's decisions, and just seeing what they're doing with their minds and how you can learn from observation. Sometimes learning from observation is the best way to learn because we don't have to actually live it ourselves. We can just do it and watch somebody else do it and learn. Okay. Kelly and Matthew. Kelly, you got the benefactor. So you are in grace and generosity. Okay. So this is a time to really embrace the fact that you have been given a lot of things. You have had a nice life in a lot of ways. All of us have had struggles too. But the benefactor part is where you can actually just be in your own safe space without making any kind of excuses or explanations, and let that yourself be generous to those who are willing to receive it and not just want to wonder why you have it. Okay. All right. So Matthew, you're going to work with the dream thief. Okay. So refusal to the call because you have limiting beliefs about it. Something's calling you forward this week that you're not going to because you think you shouldn't, or you have to do something else, that kind of thing. Okay. So, yeah. All right. You guys are getting the me pleases down here. Thank you for those of you who just joined and typed the me pleases. If you're still hanging out with me, keep hanging out because we might get 3 times the charm, and I'll summarize that at the end. Okay. National Geographic, you are working with skywriting and fate. Okay. So noticing what's in the skies and what the skies are telling you, stars, the clouds, really paying attention to also just how you feel right now. Noticing that you are in alignment with your higher truth this week. And that's when you get a lot of good messages. Okay. Miranda Z, you're working on your heart home compassion. Okay. So this could be actually working on your actual home, but also just working on being compassionate towards yourself and the situations that you're in. It's just, one of those things where when we need to, we focus on, even just cleaning out a closet, making room for something special that you want to put there, kind of thing. Melissa and Shannon. Melissa, you're going to want to work with stranger curiosity. Okay, so be curious. You could get in a learning space when you're curious. That's when you get to, it's not always the most comfortable space because we don't like it when we don't know, especially when we don't know people, and that it's time to learn to kind of trust who's coming into your life right now. Shannon, you're working with the watchers. Okay, so this is transpersonal. So this is beyond yourself, but it is your job to be kind of overseeing some things. So just being aware of that, being in excitement of it, but don't let it go to your head too much because it is a collective work and it's just an assignment. It's not who you are. Janice and Janelle and Donnie. Janice, you got an empty well right now. Okay, time to replenish. Give yourself as much time as you can to nourish yourself. I really feel like you might be benefiting from even some switch up of some more warm, nourishing food. Okay. Janelle, magician's sword for you. Okay. So you're going to work with your confidence and your magic. You're going to wield those ideas the way that you know how to wield them. So, yes. Okay. Marita found me. Hi. Seriously wonderful. Hi, everybody. We're coming. We're coming. All right. Donnie, you're in a caterpillar phase, so it's opportunity time for you. So what can you digest? What can you consume that will bring you forward to your change phase? I'm getting that there might be even some continuing education being offered to you somehow. So however that looks for you this week, say yes to it. Maybe even if it's just an email saying, hey, I'd like to teach you something for free, maybe say yes, even though normally it's just spam or phishing. All right, Tiff, you're going to want to work with the horsemen. Okay, heralds of change. So this is a good time for you to just acknowledge that change is on the horizon, whether you like it or not. And some of the change feels scary and some of it, some of it doesn't. So, I mean, it's one of those things, right? Okay. All right, Janelle, you got some. Okay, Tracy and Tanya was at the top, and I thought she said she could hear me at the beginning. Okay, so Tracy, you got the cosmic womb, divine feminine. So this means it's time to wait and hold space this week. Okay, the womb is a place where it protects, it nourishes, it listens and provides what's needed, but it doesn't force anything. It waits for timing. Tanya, you're going to work with the whale song. You're going to resonate. I would get into, programming your water. You can just do it by literally holding your hand over it and being like, love, or whatever. And just really listening to, messages from the water, the deep ocean, maybe the large animals on this planet. Just meditate on them and see what you hear. Alexis, you are also working with the cosmic womb. Okay, so potential second time we've seen it, close together. So that sometimes means it's going to tell us again. So just gestate, let it happen. Let yourself know that not everything is growing, everything is shifting and changing. Just nourish and hold space for it. Okay. Lisa, you're working with gathering round, the power of community. I feel like you've gotten this card recently before. So this is just telling you to work with your community and gatherings and really keep doing as much as you can around that and supporting everybody's, kind of feelings of kind of unrest and being unstable. Courtney, you're being asked, you got two cards. You got the falling angel, spiritual narcolepsy, and you've got the farther gate, bold step forward. So this is like, where have you fallen asleep and wake up and take the step? Okay, so that's a big message. Wake up and take the step. Do what you can to get your spirit saying hello. One of the really great practices, you guys, is just to talk to your heart. Just to listen to your heart instead of your mind, because the mind always has instructions, right? The heart has desire. See what your heart desires. All right, Marita, you're working with the vanishing mirror, ego sublimation. Okay, so who you think you are is not who you will be by the end of the week. And sometimes, dark night of the soul on that, you guys, there can be a little bit of roughness, like everything I thought and believed is changing. You don't have to make yesterday's self wrong to make today's self right. You can make yesterday's self knew at best what it knew. And as you go forward, you can know more about what you are becoming. Okay. All right. If you're still hanging out with me and you haven't typed in me, please feel free. I'm towards the end of our time just because it took me forever to get onto the online, but we've only gotten one card that is for all of us. I'm going to do the card for my husband because sometimes he brings us a 3 times charm. Oh, no, he's got Fool's Embrace. Transmuting pain. Okay, so what are you holding on to that's causing you pain? What could you let go of if you only did the work? All right, so you guys, it sounds like there is just really, oh, Cynthia, hello. Let me get you a card. You found me chasing me around the internet here. I know, I know. Okay. Oh, that's the third time's the charm. Stranger curiosity. Okay, so I'm going to read this, but it's really the guides are telling me that to be in like receptivity mode. Okay, the stranger moves through the world in a shroud of darkness that often elicits fear, rejection, and uncertainty as the danger of the unknown defines its very presence. Yes, there is a veil of separation between you. Look closer and summon the courage to remain open to what you might find. You may be conditioned to look only for what mirrors what is safe and known to you, refusing to entertain any concepts of other beyond something to fear. In order to broaden your world and your experience of it, you must refute the illusion that sameness is the only way. Nothing you expect externally matches up with the other, and you're challenged by your own inexperience. Don't miss the opportunity for learning. This is a defining moment. Okay, defining moments, you guys. Thank you, Cynthia, for popping on and giving us that third time's the charm defining moment. And here's our other message: overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. Okay. So you called it in. Here it is. Now you're overwhelmed, and it's okay. You got this. All right, you guys. Thank you for finding me dancing around the internet. Go be amazing.